Hello Cricut buddies, Jeff here from Cricut Maker Craft. In today's video, I'll be sharing how to make layered cake toppers like this one in any theme you like. I'll be using the Mermaid theme as an example, but you can use these steps to create a Disney, unicorn, or any other themed cake topper. I've included the steps on how to create the toppers for the desktop as well as on the iPad. So even if you don't have a laptop or a computer, you can still make this topper on your iPad following the steps that I've shared in this video. Now, before we get started with today's tutorial, I want to share a couple of announcements. So first of all, I'm running a milestone giveaway. Once I hit 10K subscribers on my YouTube, I'm going to give away a Cricut Maker bundle. So if you want to win this, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. Secondly, I wanted to share this amazing video that I created for everyone just starting out with Cricut or don't know what SVGs or SVG cut files are. So go ahead and sign up for this completely free training video. The link is given in the description below. Also, if you are new to the Cricut world and finding it hard to remember all the tasks that you need to perform with your Cricut, then go ahead and grab this set of cheat sheets that I created just for you. It's only $15 and you get this 40-page set of cheat sheets with all the diagrams and everything about everything that you need to do with your Cricut. So let me just read out some of the stuff that are included. So there's the description on everything about design space, the left hand side panel, the right hand side panel, how to cut, how to mirror, how to group, how to ungroup. Everything is given in this set of cheat sheets that you just need to download. You can print it out and keep it beside your Cricut, or you can just leave it on your device to refer to it whenever you feel like. So when I was getting started, this really helped me in remembering everything that I needed to remember about my Cricut. So go ahead and grab this. It's only $15. The link is given in the description down below. All right, now let's have a look at all the steps that we'll be going through for this tutorial. So I've divided this tutorial into 6 steps. First of all, you need to decide on your theme. So write down whether you want to make a unicorn themed cake topper or a mermaid or spring or any other cartoon. Whatever your theme is, just write it down. Next step is planning the design. After that, you're gonna look for the elements and graphics to add to that design. The step number 4 is to create the base, and we'll be doing this on the Design Space software. I'm going to show you step by step how to do this on both the desktop as well as the iPad. Next, you need to arrange all of the elements and graphics and figure out what's the best way to place them. And lastly, once you're happy with your design, you can just go ahead and get it cut, and you can then assemble it to create your final cake topper. And the supplies that I'll be using for this example cake topper are given over here, which includes the cardstock. Obviously, I'll be using the 65 pounds cardstock. I've included the link for it in the description. And I'll be using a glue gun and Scotch tacky glue and some cardboard scraps. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with them in the video. All right, so let's get started with the step number 1. Decide on your theme and your theme color. Let's say you want to make a mermaid cake topper. First of all, you need to decide on what all colors you're going to use. Are you going to go for pastels, or are you going to go for bright, vibrant colors? The choice is yours, but what's important is to stick to a color theme. Now, there are lots of websites which give you a pre-made color theme that you can follow to make sure that you don't use any colors out of the theme which will ruin the look of your topper. So to choose your theme color, go to designseeds.com. This is my favorite website for picking out theme colors. You can then click on buy colors and choose any color that you would like to be included in your theme. So I want this beautiful yellow color. It's actually, the name of this color is butter. So I want a theme with this color in it. So I'm just going to click on it, and here you can see all the different color palettes that include this color. I really like this jelly bean theme palette. So I'm going to save this on my computer, and I'm going to leave this page open to come back to it to copy the codes. But if you want, you can just copy these codes and save them on a Word doc or somewhere, because you're going to need them later. So once you have decided on your theme color, you can then move to the next step, which is planning your design. So step 2 is to decide on your elements to decorate your topper. For example, if you're making a spring theme topper, to give that spring feeling, you can add a bunny, some flowers, grass, and birds. If you put all of these elements together, you can easily tell that the cake topper is spring themed. Similarly, if you're making a mermaid themed topper, you can add mermaid fins, fish, starfish, clams, seaweed, etc. So list down all of these elements on a paper. Next, look for the images for whatever elements you have written down. You can either go to pixabay.com and download the images, or you can buy them from Etsy in a bundle. One thing to keep in mind while looking for the elements is to make sure that they follow the same color theme that you have picked to create that well put together look. If you'd like to make the mermaid topper as shown in this example, you can grab the free mermaid elements from the VIP library. Here are the steps on how to do this on the laptop. If you're using the iPad, you can just forward this part to check out the iPad on how to do this on the iPad. So to download the free SVG file, first of all, go to cricutmakercrafts.com and then click on free SVGs, enter your name and email address, and just click on count me in. Then check your inbox for this email. Inside the email, you'll find the link for the free VIP library. Just click on the link and you'll end up over here. From here, download the file that you need to work with. It's gonna get saved on your computer. So go to your download section, and the file is gonna look like something like this. Just right click and click on extract here. So this is a zipped file. It's either gonna look like this or this. So just click on extract and you'll see all of these images. And the image that you need to work with is this one, which will have this browser icon. Don't open the image right away. Go to design space, then click on upload, followed by browse, and then select this image that you need to work with. And this goes for all images, all SVG images that are available via Cricut Maker Crafts. Once you have downloaded all the elements, go ahead and upload them on Design Space, as you'll be needing them for this step where we will create the base. If you're making the mermaid theme topper using the mermaid elements from the VIP library, this is what you'll see after uploading your file. Read the copyright instructions given. Next, ungroup everything and delete the instructions. Now let's move this out of the way so we can create the base. So let's say we're making the topper for the first birthday. We're gonna need number one. I'm gonna select a thick and bold font. Next, I'm gonna add a rectangle to act as a base for my name that I'll add later. Now I'm going to duplicate all of these elements and arrange them around the number to create the base. Let me change the color so we can easily picture how the base would look like. I like how this looks. Next, I'm going to place the overlays just to test out the final look. Basically, I'm just creating a draft. This is where you're going to need your design seeds color palette. You can copy the color codes from here and directly paste them in Design Space, making sure you're sticking to the theme you chose at the start. All right, all the elements look perfect. Now I'm going to add a name here. So let's just go with Alex, which is short and simple. I'm going to decrease the distance between the letters so that the entire word can be cut as one. And I'm also going to weld it together. Okay, so I love how this draft looks. Now it's time to weld the base so it gets cut as a single piece. I'm gonna move all of these elements aside. Select all and weld. Now let's resize everything. A good size for cake toppers is 6 inch. If it's larger than this, it might become too heavy and unstable. And if it's smaller than this, it'll be hard to assemble. So I'm gonna resize this whole thing until it's 6 inch wide. I'm just gonna make sure all of my elements are the same size and fit on the base. Now it's totally up to you how many layers you would like your cake topper to have. I'm gonna add another layer to the back of the base, and I think a small rectangular background under the name would be great as well. So let me just add another shape. So let me just go ahead and add that. Okay, so everything looks perfect. Now it's time to get it cut. I'm going to change the mat size here to A4 because that's the paper size I'm using. And now I'm just going to cut everything out. Now let's have a look at how you can do this on the iPad. If you're using a computer, you can forward this part. So first, I'm going to show you how to download the free Mermaid set from the VIP library. And if you're using your iPad instead of your laptop, you can still make this project. So to access the zip file for this project, you need to first install iZip app on your iPad. So make sure that you use this yellow iZip app or else it's not going to work. And then go to the free SVG library. The link will be given in the email. And from there, click on the SVG file. And this goes for literally any SVG file that's available in the VIP library and the ones that you get from Etsy and elsewhere. All right, so just click on the file and it will open up in a new window. Next, tap on the three dots at the top right corner. And from here, tap on Open In. Then you'll see this message box. And from here, scroll and click on Copy to iZip. So this app should pop up and your file should open up in this app. So when you see this message, just click on OK. Next, select all the files by tapping on all from the bottom left-hand side. Click on OK. Now go to your Design Space app and click on Upload and then tap on Browse Files. When this window pops up, tap on my iPad, then go to the iZip folder and open up the folder for the file that you need to work on. Next, select the file from here. So we need to select the files with the double rectangle that you can see from here, or the file which ends with .svg. These are the two ways to recognize SVG files. The files that you can see from your eyes are not SVGs. The files with the double rectangle are SVGs, and they need to end with .svg. So once you have found your file, just tap on it, and it will be important on Design Space. Over here, you can rename your file. And once done, it will be saved in your library. So once you're in your library, just click on the file and click on Insert to import the file on your canvas. So once you have uploaded the set on your app, import it to the canvas, read the copyright instructions, ungroup everything, and click on Delete. Now let me change the color of these weeds so we can see them. All right, that looks perfect. Now I'm going to create the base layer. So let's say we're making the topper for the first birthday. We're going to need number 1. I'm going to select a thick and bold font. Next, I'm going to add a rectangle to act as a base for my name that I'll add later. Now I'm going to duplicate all of these elements and arrange them around the number to create the base. Let me change the color so we can easily picture how the base would look like. I like how this looks. Next, I'm going to place the overlays just to test out the final look. Basically, I'm just creating a draft. This is where you're going to need your design seeds color palette. You can copy the color codes from here and directly paste them in Design Space, making sure you're sticking to the theme you chose at the start. Okay, so I love how this draft looks. Now it's time to weld the base so it gets cut as a single piece. Now let's resize everything. A good size for cake toppers is 6 inch. If it's larger than this, it might become too heavy and unstable. And if it's smaller than this, it'll be hard to assemble. So I'm going to resize this whole thing until it's 6 inch wide. I'm just going to make sure all of my elements are the same size and fit on the base. All right, all the elements look perfect. Now I'm gonna add a name here. So let's just go with Alex, which is short and simple. I'm gonna decrease the distance between the letters so that the entire word can be cut as one. And I'm also gonna weld it together. Next, I'm gonna add a rectangle to act as a base. All right, so let's cut everything out and assemble it. So these are the different papers that I'll be using. It doesn't match the color palette that I chose at first completely, but they belong to the same theme. Okay, so here's my draft. I've just roughly arranged all the elements to see how they turn out to be. And I don't really like the clams here. And I think I'm also gonna change the color of the number one to make it more balanced. So here is the updated look. I've updated the clam as well as the number one color. So that's the great thing about how to create your own SVGs. You can easily make minor changes like these. If you'd like to learn how to design and create your own SVG cut files, you can check out my SVG Superstar course on the blog. Now I'm gonna cut out this cardboard into small pieces to create a 3D effect. You can use fancy things like glue dots, but I like to keep the cost low and the craft eco-friendly, so I like to recycle whatever I can. And this is the glue that I'll be using to stick the paper, and for the cardboard pieces I'll be using the glue gun. So let's assemble everything. I'm going to start off by adding the cardboard pieces one on top of the other to create the 3D effect. Next, I'll just layer everything up. And there you go, we're almost done. One last step is to add the skewer at the back. So I'm just gonna add some glue, attach the skewer, and cover it up with the number 1 I have here. And there you go, we're all done for real now. How beautiful does that look? So go ahead and create your own cake topper using whatever theme you like, and be sure to share it on Instagram and tag me in your cake topper because I'd love to see what you created. Alright, with that we have reached the end of today's tutorial. I hope you girls and guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel for a chance to win a Cricut Maker bundle when I hit 10K. I'll now see you in the next video. Bye bye!